What's going on, y'all? Apparently, WestJett is getting into some kind of trouble. Let's see. Maybe he got called out. Don't forget to hit the hype button. Also, subscribe if you haven't. All that good stuff. All right, let's see.
Devastating day for the unemployed. I just got exposed. The drama slop to school
Yes, sir. The fact that I know who everybody on this list is crazy. I react to at least 1, 2, 3. Yeah, sometimes that one on the top. 4, 5. I react to about 5 of these people. That's crazy.
Scooter pipeline, and your boy is featured.
You got me.
Basically, there was a school who mentioned some people in his manifesto, including Turkey Tom, iDubbbz Destiny, Hassan Parker, Mr. Beast. Meet our protagonist, Crime's New Roman. I mean, it's hard not to talk about the elephant in the room, but I think he's doing this show on purpose. He's a bit eccentric, and I think he wants people to point this out, but why?
But why? Why would you do that? Why would you do any of that?
All right, guys, gals, and non-binary pals.
Better intro than even mine, god damn. So this video's over 2 hours long, and majority of it focuses on Turkey Tom. I'm a bit of a side character. I fell off.
Now, I know what some of you are thinking. These are just dumb guys making dumb videos about more dumb guys and dumb internet drama. They are not worth taking seriously, let alone making a video
2 hours, 16 minutes, 36 seconds
long talking about them. And to that I say, you're right.
Hey, video over.
About it being dumb. However, you're wrong about it being not important.
Ooh, get this guy off the stage. All right, enough beating around the bush. Let's hear this dude out. What did he even say?
Commentary creator WestJett, who appears to have transitioned from making Valorant skin videos to drama farming, is a rather interesting career move.
I'm progressive. I transitioned my content, man.
Is, I think, a really good example of how the genre provided coverage of a civil court protective.
Don't he still have like a gaming drama channel or something like that? I don't know.
Order against creator/sexual assaulter Tectone.
Dude, tread carefully. You're literally in what looks like Tectone's basement right now.
A judge reviewed and issued a 10-year protective order based on findings of sexual assault and stalking, requiring him to surrender firearms and maintain distance from the accuser. This is a serious judicial outcome, but WestJett treats it as an open question and content to be picked through for entertainment.
Well, yeah, he wired me $30,000. Of course I'm going to cover for him. This guy's just attacking me because I'm black. I literally didn't do nothing.
Okay, he just saying, I'm about to say, he's saying a bunch of bull crap. Come on, bro. You know why you know damn money.
The video is functionally structured around a framework of legal objectivity. Civil versus criminal burden of proof. I'm not a lawyer, but, and repeated emphasis that this was not a criminal conviction.
I'm not going to sit here and lie to you guys and conceal my bias. I want Tectone to be innocent. I like the guy. I don't want him to be a...
I used to watch Tectone, if I'm going to be honest. He himself has admitted so many nasty, disgusting things that I can't rock with him regardless. I know I'm probably going to have a bunch of people that don't like me or even unsubscribe because I called him out. I don't care. I saw enough to where I was just like, yeah, nah, I'm cool. I'm good. This person is definitely not someone you would want to be around. So I'm not defending him for nothing. For a damn thing. Now, if he was wrong about some things, and not if he was wrong, I guess if someone, because he was wrong, if someone was to go after him and they were wrong about some things, I would call that out as well. But overall, my opinion on Tectone is that he's nasty. I feel the same way about Nux too.
But at the same time, I'm not going to sit here and carry water for Tectone and a girl with information I don't have, calling her a liar and stuff like that.
By naming his bias and claiming his intentions to be honest, he immunizes himself against the accusation of bias to his pea-brained little audience.
More like peanut-brained. We're actually big fans of the burnt peanut here. Yeah.
He has help with this, however, by exercising clips without challenge from a guy called Legal Mindset.
I've said it before and I'll say it again. This guy wears a suit to work, so I trust everything he's ever said.
His content is framed as authoritative legal analysis.
Again, my brother, this guy got a suit on and you got your crusties out. I'm listening to him 10 out of 10 more times.
Andrew Esquire, who is provably not a lawyer.
He literally is a lawyer, though. What? Now, speaking of lawyer, recently a jury ordered Meta and YouTube to pay millions for their...
He provably isn't a lawyer. Doesn't he still practice? Are you saying that he doesn't practice in America or something like that? There's a lot of technicalities with that. Same thing with like being like a doctor or something like that. You see a lot of these YouTube people, they're not currently practicing whatever the hell they said that their expertise is in at the time, which would make sense. Like, why would you want to keep going through the process of that? Sometimes you got to pay like license fees and take a new a whole bunch of things, bro. So if you're making your money elsewhere, it will make no sense. Like kind of like how Dr. Phil was a doctor, then he stopped being a doctor and was on TV. So people's like, nah, he's a fake doctor. He don't got his license. Where's he practicing when he's making most of his income from the internet or TV? And that's not a defense of Dr. Phil. I think he's nasty as well.
The harm they have caused. You can use the link in my description or scan the QR code to take a short quiz to see if you qualify for a case. It is entirely free to do, and you may be entitled to compensation. And now let's get right back into our video.
But it appears that WestJett doesn't know this.
I mean, he's literally a lawyer in Florida, though.
Because, surprise, surprise, he's also a weird alt-right loser.
The myth of St. Floyd debunked, bro. You can't even make this up. What's next? The Kirkinator? And then he cherry-picked a couple of comments with like literally one like. Fair enough. Good play.
WestJett offers mild pushback on consent. Better be safe than sorry and ask every time, framing it as like a fucking etiquette tip rather than addressing the assault. This is one of the more dangerous examples of people learning misogynistic ideology through it being brought up as legal analysis.
I straight up said, if you're planning to record somebody having sex, you should probably ask them every time. How is that a hot take? I don't get it.
And to really give weight to how...
Yeah, it sounds odd that he would try to go against that. Yeah, you should ask, right? Like, what? You should make sure there's an agreement upon recording.
Serious this video is. This is the closing line.
Man, these 3D bitches. On God, I'm sticking with my 2D Genshin Impact baddies from now on. I'm straight up goon maxing.
The tonal register never shifts between sexual assault testimony and masturbation jokes. They occupy the same entertainment space.
Yes, the video's got to be entertaining. How else am I going to get people to join the right-wing pipeline?
And because, of course, I have to say this, fake accusations happen. Obviously, they do.
I mean, he got a juice pouch in his hand. You drinking a Capri Sun while you doing this? This is funny with iDubbbz in your background. Wow.
But just like Tom's coverage of trans they are wildly overrepresented compared to actual statistics.
Listen, you know, I dislike sexual assault as much as the next guy. That's some bad stuff. Boo! Don't like it.
Editing update. I found Nick Fuentes' apologism.
What? Guys win again, okay? Men win again.
What about it? I made a video about Nick Fuentes having people come to his house with a crossbow, and I said political violence is bad.
That's
and in
crazy.
the same video, I even said, I'm not even American and I can get behind that idea. Nobody with politically different opinions should be targeted by violence.
Is WestJett not American? Let me see. Where's are they from? Is WestJett from? That joint telling me about an airplane company. YouTuber. Get out. Nah. He's Russian? Whoa. That's crazy. A lot of these bigger drama YouTubers are not from America at all. It's quite hilarious.
Regardless of what those opinions are, and especially if they're being said on the internet. I feel like this needs to be said because a good amount of Americans are genuinely fat and retarded, and just because I agree with Nick's notion of freedom, it doesn't mean I stand by everything he stands for. This might be a hot take, but I feel like American thinking in general is vastly, tribal. They're like, me as a conservative, what do I think about this situation? Or as a liberal, how should I take this? You can see it in this dude, the way he glosses over Hassan and iDubbbz and even has iDubbbz' comment pinned. You can't take this guy seriously. A shooter literally wrote iDubbbz' old nickname on a gun, and I would never...
Whoa. Yeah, iDubbbz is a clown, so if you praising him like he a hero, you a clown as well. So can't wait for them to call BX and alt-right Moghead. I've been called all of that. Man, the other day, someone thought I was an extreme liberal person. I'm like, whoa. It's kind of like whenever I disagree with someone, they'll assume I'm extreme of the opposite. And I'm like, nah, just got common sense. But yeah, I'm not no side, really. Not really a political guy.
Say this dude is responsible for that. Or when the New Zealand guy said subscribe to PewDiePie, would you blame him?
How you doing, Amber? How are you?
WestJett, again, who, remember, covered Tectone's protective order with gooning references and using cherry-picked anti-woke quips from a definitely not lawyer, covered the assault of streamer Emaru at TwitchCon with genuine outrage. Here's how it starts.
No intro today. Disgusting video happened. So this double cheeseburger Jared from Subway looking guy assaulted Emaru at TwitchCon.
For comparison, here's how...
That was a pretty disgusting situation.
His Tectone video.
Those aren't even allegations, though. The dude straight up did it. What?
In the Emaru video, he spends a breezy 8.5 minutes directly criticizing Twitch's security failures, calling for institutional accountability, and going so far as to even invoke the murder of Christina Grimmie to underscore the danger.
Remember Christina Grimmie? Don't ever let people forget her story. If you guys don't remember, Christina Grimmie was a singer. Bro, again, I was reading.
I think I remember this. Is that the one with a fan or obsessed weirdo attacked her? And I think her brother was near, but he wasn't close enough to be able to stop him in time. Is that the same person? See, and I be telling people, man, when people be doxing and doing stuff like that, it's because they know people like that exist in this world and they're hoping for that to happen to you. This is pretty nasty, but let's see if I'm right. Is this the case?
You read it. They made the comparison and I was explaining it. What?
He also makes a super weird claim that the previous guy who went after her shared the same politics as the Twitch CEO.
No, it's just speculation, but I bet the creepy guy who went after her in the previous years had the same politics as Dan Clancy, so he let it slide. I mean, yeah, am I wrong, though?
But don't worry, though. He couldn't help himself from finding a way to make a joke about iDubbbz in there.
Even though I don't have empathy like iDubbbz, I can still imagine how Emaru feels. Probably disgusted.
The difference between these two cases.
I mean, this is just a trash analogy. It would make more sense to compare my Mizkiff coverage because, those were both allegations. Here, it's pretty cut and dry. This isn't even political, but I objectively think that Sam Hyde and Nick Fuentes are leagues funnier than Hassan and iDubbbz. This dude's using a VTuber dragon. Come on, man.
I'll say Sam Hyde is funnier. I've watched some of his content, some of the things that he's done, TV show wise. I think he has a funny sense of humor. iDubbbz, Hassan, not at all. They suck. iDubbbz used to be funny.
Love or hate Destiny, even he's leagues funnier than Hassan and iDubbbz.
Is not that WestJett doesn't believe
they all trash.
Violence happens. It's that who the victim is changes whether he actually takes it seriously. Emaru is in Asmongold's orbit, an apolitical but right-coded ally.
This dude is too unemployed even for me, bro. This is bad. You're right. I would have never defended her if she wasn't standing next to Asmongold.
For the audience watching this content, the cumulative takeaway is an affect. Assault claims are probably exaggerated. Women's accounts of their own experiences are unreliable. And the whole thing is kind of funny.
To be fair, that comment was insane and a lot funnier than iDubbbz.
Dehumanization.
I feel like I'm going to agree with him here. I'm not 32 yet. I don't have empathy. The thing is, it doesn't matter where you align politically. Everyone uses some of his content, no?
Are not fringe. They have millions of subs and millions of views from their audience that is overwhelmingly terminally online young men, which is the exact demographic
That also is watching your video, except they're on the other side, maybe, because who has 2 hours of time to watch internet garbage? It's easy to adhere to something as serious as a to make your, claims seem magnitudes more crazy than they are. And you know that, God forbid, something was inspired by Hassan. This guy would be doing mental gymnastics and jumping through all the loopholes, moving all the goalposts to defend.
The hell is Hassan doing? I've never seen this before. My bad. I know this is random.
Yeah.
You nasty fam, you nasty. You nasty fam, you nasty. You nasty fam, you nasty. You nasty fam, yeah. You know your name.
His Lord and Savior. Him omitting the iDubbbz thing already discredits him severely. I don't got beef with this dude or nothing. I just think he's a bit chronically online because of the stuff he chooses to point out.
Turkey actually has the words real Uyghur swag on his merch website. Tom is the through line of my analysis because he is the creator of the Antioch specifically named.
Bro, most of the people he covered weren't even named. Why am I catching a stray? Go after Hassan Parker.
Also, I'm technically half man now, but who's asking?
Is that genuinely supposed to be a joke? Like, I can't tell. Gotta open a Blue Sky or something.
The mockery of male vulnerability.
Really? Oh, that's the example you're going with?
The dismissal of sexual violence claims, selective empathy that sanitizes white supremacy, all while scrutinizing trans and left-wing identities, functionally rehabilitating far-right figures as entertaining underdogs, normalizing the idea of weaponizing political power you don't like.
Big disagree here with me. Don't get me wrong. Hassan is a moron, but he's our moron.
Etc., etc. You get it.
We really don't.
The pipeline is embedded in the genre's self-referential nature.
Me and Diesel Patches having some ironic beef is apparently the right-wing pipeline. You can't make this up.
The genre's most important function is not algorithmic bridging. It is dispositional training, cultivating the effective preconditions that make a viewer receptive to extremist content when they encounter it.
Whoa, a lot of big words. I'd actually listen to you if you were wearing a suit much better. And yes, he is right. I am irony poisoned to all hell, and I don't really care about any of this garbage. And yes, I am an apolitical centrist. I like grifting to both sides. I think George Droid and the Kirkinator have their moments.
This is Tel Aviv.
Wow.
Between sexual assault testimony and masturbation jokes.
Jokes? Yeah, maybe to you. But to me, my Genshin Impact baddies are my reality. Not even the Texas government can stop my goon maxing.
Honestly, subscribe if this dude is right, then I was the sole cause that led you all.
That's insane. Yeah, I think that guy was out of his mind. Straight up. People can watch whatever they want to watch, bro. You acting like there's not edgy, lefty content out there. But you know that because you support iDubbbz. Like, what the hell are you talking about? Anyway. And you support Hassan. Anyway, tell me what you guys think down in the comment section. Hit the hype button and the like button. Share the video as well.